Point Grill. This being July 12th, 2023. And this is the mailbox here at every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. So we say, what the God man them there? The loving, the submissive, the dominant, the God-fearing man them. Man oh man. What we say? So, we're into this brand episode inside the program designed for men with guests who are men. And this is where we challenge, encourage, and empower our men to become all that God created them to become. We're here every Wednesday unless on a holiday, 5:30 p.m. Right here on Love 101, the family station.
Indeed, and together we are here, your regular host, Kevin, and I'm Courtney Morrison. Welcome, everyone. This is the mailbox. And like my co-host stated, and today we're looking at creatives in a 9 to 5 space. Can creatives survive in a 9 to 5 space? Is that naturally who they are? Should they be confined to such a time? What do you think, Kev?
I tell you, very, very interesting question. And I'm so glad that I'm not the guest, today, because he'll have to answer all the questions with all the structure that we like. And creative persons have to have the space so that they can move with spontaneity and creativity and innovation and all of that. So I think we're in for a wonderful time. What's the most suitable environment for a creative? And you have to listen up again if you missed last week. Here you are, that you can understand who is a creative. What could make a creative want to work a regular 9 to 5? Can that happen? What do creatives want to do with their time? Do they just sleep, just lay back and meditate? Creatives often struggle to thrive in 9 to 5 spaces because of how stoic the environment usually is. So, how can a 9 to 5 job be tailored to benefit creative minds? What is the biggest struggle for creative men? What is the best space for creatives to thrive in? And do parents support creative Jamaican boys and men? Well, important question there, Courtney. Big thing.
Indeed, they are. And our guest this week is absolutely no stranger to us. He is the host of the program in the morning on Love 101. His name is Jekyll Dyer. And Jekyll is a young man who loves the Lord and loves music. He has a passion for the creative and invests most of his free time in ministry, content creation, worship, and musical expression. He has been walking with the Lord for 6 years and has resolved to remain in the faith as long as he lives. He's a worship leader in his local church, serving the family of faith with his talents. He's taking his gifting seriously. He has embarked on his journey as a professional supporting vocalist, backing the likes of Petra Kay, Rondell Positive, Rhoda Isabella, Alicia Taylor, just to name a few, so many others. He is also a current member of the Perpetual Sounds of Praise led by Dr. Nadine Blair. Wow. Leading worship and singing are by no means the extent or sum total of his capabilities. He is also a content creator and Christian social media influencer with a growing youth reach and a number of social media platforms and profiles that impact others with entertaining and engaging content. Last but not least, by no means, he's the host of Love in the Morning and the number one gospel station in Jamaica, Love 101. That's what you're listening to, the family station, every Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Jekyll Dyer is in the house.
Hello.
And indeed, he is here to liven up the place.
Welcome, Jekyll. So we have celebrity in the place, Courtney. We have celebrity Jekyll. Welcome. Great to have you. Thank you so much. It's a privilege and honor for you to be with us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me. It's my first time on the mailbox.
Hey.
A different show, a different time frame, but I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, and I'm sure
Bless
many
the Lord.
listeners really want to know other sides of Jekyll, want to know some questions. So we're asking them to send all the hard questions.
Whoa,
You'll be
all right.
able to answer all of them, right?
All right, no problem. No problem.
Here he
So,
does
man,
easily
man.
with hard questions, there's something like the codfish. There's a particular fish that gives it a problem in the sea. But it's
Yeah.
at its best taste when
Mm-hmm.
that fish gives it all the worries in the world. It doesn't
Yeah.
taste good if that fish doesn't give it any problem. So
Mm-hmm.
Jukal is like the codfish. He will be at his best today.
That's
Let me
right.
give a little trouble here. Jukal, you
Yes.
wear a name brand every day. Can you guess what it is called?
A name brand every day. What's that name brand?
You wear every day.
Hmm.
Let me tell you, because you don't seem to get it. You're going to get it.
My personal
Gap.
brand.
Gap. The
Wow.
smile
Wow.
and
Wow.
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 Wow. I'm going to behave. That's our
Wow.
guest is Jukal Dyer today.
Yes.
Well, man and man, remember, we want to hear from
Oh,
you. We're
God.
live on Facebook and YouTube, Love 101 FM Jamaica. You can leave your comments via our WhatsApp line at 876-997-3125 or give us a call at 876-968-8327 or 876-968-8328. We're talking about the creative men. Can they function in 9 to 5 jobs? How do they function? And all the other intimate questions you want to ask Jukal, but you never got the opportunity. So here we are, Courtney,
Yeah.
during this
Mine
time.
here set up the man, Mine who are listening. You can ask him any question you want to ask him. Yeah, sure. Mine I put people in folk problem because I talk to the woman them now. Women, we love you, but remember, you are not allowed to call us today. You may send us well, not voice notes, text, sorry, not
Text.
even
Yeah,
Right.
voice notes.
yeah.
Any other number you want to call would be Jukal's number.
Wow.
Anyway, how do you
Ah.
function as a creative mind in corporate spaces? You can participate in the program by leaving a message via WhatsApp, Facebook, or YouTube, which we're live on now. Females, remember, no calls or voice note allowed, no matter how much or what you think of Jukal today. Yeah. Mhm.
Hey, well, Courtney, we have to do a shout out, right? And
Oh
Jukal is going
yes.
to help us to do our signature shout out Monday up. So, we have to count after three, and we're going to say Monday up. The man them from Moran Point and Negril. To know, say, yeah, man, man them about the place, integrity, man.
Random.
Yeah, some
That's right.
sound man and a mama man, real man, right?
That's
So
right.
after one, two, three,
Monday.
Monday!
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, man in the place.
That's right.
So, before we head into the main discussion, it's now time for us to get into the segment that we dub draft, where we preliminary open the way to our main segment. So, we want to kickstart by asking Jukal to tell us a little bit more about himself, his life, his accomplishments, and how he knew he was a creative. So, big question, Jukal. How did you choose what career you would go into? Did you know that this was where you were going to be from an early age? And if not, was there another thing on your mind that you said, that's the thing I want, but
Yeah.
things have turned? And then are you currently doing what you want to do in the long term, Juga?
All right. So how I knew? Well, growing up, I was never the one to say, "Oh, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer. I want to be a," I was never one of those people who wanted those, I'd say regular jobs. I was never that person. And every time somebody would ask me, what you want to do when you grow up? I don't know.
Ah,
I don't know. I was never,
oh,
I was never, I think when I was in high school, when it was time to choose subjects, I decided to go with business subjects only because, those were the easier ones because sciences were never my thing. So bio and chemistry, get somebody else to do it, not me. So I chose the business subjects. And then after that, I just realized that creative or being a creative is who I truly am. I know you're going to be asking me who is a creative, but
mhm.
a creative is somebody who sees the world different than everybody else. For lack of a better word, a creative standpoint. So, this is something that always wanted to do. I've always wanted to be in the media space. I started off with doing YouTube, So I have my YouTube channel, Life with Jukes, that I'm going to be rebranding soon, and posting again and whatever. So I started on YouTube, where I have a good amount of people subscribed. I haven't been posting anything for right now. I'm in my dormant season. So I'm just trying to rebrand and come back on YouTube. But yeah, this is something that I really want to do, and I am doing it right now. As you know, I'm the host of Love in the Morning. Just about 6 months in, and I've been enjoying my time. One of the youngest. I'm just 21 years old.
Oh
So
my!
just 21.
Congratulations, man! Wow!
Yeah, just turned 21 last week Sunday. Praise be to God.
Oh
But yeah,
boy!
man, this is something that I definitely want to do and have been doing for now. So yeah,
Jokal, did your
yeah,
mom, we know she's a creative all by herself.
definitely,
Did she
definitely.
have any influence on who you are today? You know, hi, Lady
Listen,
Margaret. Down.
listen. If you know my mom, I know that you know my mom, Pastor Morrison. But if you know my mom, you know that we are copy and paste. We are the same
Mm,
people. You understand? So if you meet my mom,
mm.
you say, "Oh, that's why Juka stay so." And if you meet me, you say, "Oh, that's why your mother stay so." You understand? So we're the same people. She's a creative person. She has never been somebody who has, stuck in the 9 to 5 thing in terms of going to a 9 to 5 job. She doesn't have a 9 to 5, but she still provides. I still have food on my table, and and as him say, she turn her hand make fashion. So listen, one thing with her, she's gonna turn her hand into something creative. So she definitely has had an impact on who I am today, and it's still impacting me day after day after day.
Now, Jokal, where were you born? What was it like? Growing up for you, like
Mhm.
up to the teens and so. And
Yeah.
did you give lots of trouble? But tell us a little bit about your early childhood years. Yes.
All right, so my early childhood years, I had fun growing up. I was a fun loving child. I wasn't the one who gave a lot of trouble. My brother though, yeah man, bless him. We're completely different. So I do have a younger brother. I have two brothers and two sisters.
I
But my
think we need to
younger
confirm those statements with your mom.
Okay, no problem. Sure, sure. You
All
can
right.
have her on one day, no problem. But yeah, man. I was a fun-loving child. I wasn't, my younger years were pretty fun. I went to Kensington Primary, then I went to Cedar Grove Academy, and it was just a great time growing up. I didn't have a hard time growing up. I was given the opportunity to just express myself. I was always, I was never, my mom would never say stay in a child's place. She would include me in conversations. I was never one to always, and then one to as well. I never grew up with like my age group. So persons will say, I guess it's a lot where I'm told that I am a bit mature for my age, because a lot of persons don't think that I'm 21.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up with a lot of older people. I had older friends. Even though most of my friends are, either married or have children, and they're way older than me. So yeah, growing up was pretty fun. Teenagers were pretty fun. Going to Cedar Grove Academy. Big up to my alma mater, Cedar Grove Academy. I left there being the valedictorian and the deputy head boy at that time.
Wow.
So yeah, behind this creative thing, the brain's still intact. Yeah, son, the brain still works. The brain still works. So praise be to God. I left in 2019 as the valedictorian of my class, and that was major. That was major. A lot of people would would want to downplay, high school years, but listen, those years definitely shaped me into who I am today. I remember when I was leaving primary school, my principal, Mrs. Makala Francis, who is no longer there, she's retired. She said to me, just do well. Because I wanted to go to Arden High School. We got Arden right through. But I
Yeah.
got to go to Cedar Grove, and that was, closer to home. And looking back at it now, I'm glad I went to Cedar Grove, because think about it now. I'd have to take two buses into Half a Tree. Mm-mm. I'll pass. Going to Cedar Grove, one bus, one taxi, and I'm there. So, yeah, but, my earlier years were pretty fun, and I wouldn't trade them for anything.
Big up
Oh.
to the Cedar Grove Academy, second in cheerleading all island. We're going to be taking a break and come right back. We are talking about creatives in the 9 to 5 space. Can they survive? Our guest this afternoon is none other than Jokal Dyer, the man himself, in the morning on Love 101. We take a break and we come right back after these messages. Blessings.
Man, I am a man, 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 man. Well, if you want buy appliances for your home with the quality high and the price low, get it on a Bashco. Get it on a Bashco. Bashco. Be everything where you need. Bashco. Quality service guaranteed on a Bashco. Bashco is more than gives you more. Yeah, Bashco. Furniture for your house, and everything for your kitchen, worktops and more at Bashco. The store that gives you more.
The number one paint for over 70 years, Berger has created a line of products that cannot be outperformed. Scientifically formulated for both interior and exterior surfaces, Berger paints are quick drying, safer for you and the environment, and specifically designed to withstand all harsh tropical weather conditions. Now with over 2,000 colors and the ability to mix any custom color you want, Berger paints are simply unmatched. Choose Berger for lasting beauty and protection.
Oh, every time I feel the rent, it feel like it money could have been better spent. More something for me own, more for turn the key in my own a home. We make it so convenient when you contact the NHD. No matter your home ownership, boy, you can get a loan easily. If owning a home is what you want to do, NHD is here for delivering delivering more.
Win over $1 million in cash and prizes in the Yummy Summer Competition. Purchase any 4 different Yummy pastries. Write your name and number on your receipt. Send in with your Yummy salesman or drop off at the nearest supermarket or Yummy agency. 28 weekly prizes, 4 winners every week, plus grand draw August 28th for a laptop. $60,000, $30,000, plus a Yummy basket and back-to-school vouchers. Grand prize, a family weekend for 4 at the Holiday Inn. It's the Yummy Summer Competition, authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Cubby's Baby Wipes is ideal for your baby's delicate skin, infused with vitamin E and aloe vera, and available for home or on the go. The time by Cubby's Baby Wipes is...
The time right now is 12 minutes to the hour of 6 in the afternoon here on Love 101. Welcome back to the program, The Mailbox, the longest reigning mail program of its era, 11 years going strong. Come just last week, Kevin and I have been doing this program together. Kevin, things are going,
No.
impacting the life. Today we just invited, was at the fasting time for Bishop Delford Davis at Power Faith Ministries. Spoke a bit to it, so let's see what happens. They had such a wonderful time. Bishop Delford Davis and congregation, big ups to you guys. Powerful time this morning. Blessings. And so,
Courtney, just want to offer my condolences and prayers to the Batson family. That's Arlene of JMMB, lost her husband, Junior. And want to be praying for her, Christoph and Alexandria, and relatives, JMMB family and Batson family. Our prayers, our condolences at this time as well.
Yeah, let's keep in mind those who are losing loved ones. We're in a season where it seems younger persons are having strokes and having all sorts of seizures. So let's keep them in mind. Remember, stay hydrated. I've heard that 2 persons have died out of this heavy heat. It is really hot.
Yeah,
keep hydrated. A lot of water, please, everyone. Please drink a lot of water.
Jukal giving the example right there with his bottle of water, and big up to the health professionals. This is their month, really want to celebrate our doctors, our nurses, our pharmacists, our dietitians, those who clean the beds, those who look after the food, those who work in the hospitals, private areas, but just a multiplicity of amazing people. And of course, our men who are there, the male nurses and of course male doctors and other things. Just because we have to single out the man them. Don't know. Really appreciate the hard work. So those who are just joining us, we have Jukal in the place. Yes, this is him. This is not his counterfeit. This is not fake. That is him. His real one right there. Hey, no, and we have been having an amazing conversation. Jokal, would you, if you were talking to your 13-year-old self, what would you say to your 13-year-old self? Know that you're all reached 21, right? And looking back, yeah, what would you say to your 13-year-old self?
Wow. I've never thought about that. But to my
That's
13-year-old
just
self.
last week, Kevin. Why you giving him such a hard time? That's just last week.
No, back in my day, years ago, to my 13-year-old self, I'd say you're gonna start to do what you love at a very young age. You know, sometimes you'll be told that you won't get to where you need to get to until later in life. But I tell my 13-year-old after Trickle, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be doing what you really want to do, right? Because I really love to sing, and I've always loved media and so forth. So I tell myself, listen, start doing what you need to do, because eventually you'll be doing what you love at a very young age, and you'll be able to grow and flourish in that. So that's what I would tell 13-year-olds, because
One of the characteristics, or one of the things that we see you do here, you're a singer, content creator. This one intrigues me. It says dancer, dancer. I'm here to just ensure that I have a good time and you will have a dancer. Tell us about this creative part of your life. This dancer with the worship lead and all of that. But I never see the dancing side. Talk to us.
all right. So the dancing side came out a bit later in life, right? So I've always had a little rhythm.
Wait a drift. Wait a.
I, I can the drift as well. I can the drift as well. But the dancing side, I started to, because I was normally growing up. I was always the shy one, right? And going to the church that I went to Miracle Open Bible Church. Or church is not really a church, but the excitement and the joke. I whatever. So growing up, I was always reserved, calm, collective. Just chill until I started to sing with Petra K, right? To sing with Petra K, I started singing with Petra K in 2019, and I love Petra K. Don't listen, Petra K is my lover. So when I started singing with her in 2019, I quickly realized that being on stage with her, I cannot rock side to side. You understand? It's not a it's not a minister who I can stand behind the mic stand and just rock side to side. Kumbaya, my lord. It's not gonna work. And with her songs, we all know Petra K's music. Her songs are really high energy. So I decided, what? Let's just get into this dancing thing. So me and my friend Jason Campbell Brown, and Yvette Ebanks, we all sing with her, and we quickly realized that, listen, it's time to start put foot on. Yeah, and I started to, day after day doing shows with her. I realized that, listen, this is fun. So we're just having fun on stage, and yeah, I can dance a little bit. I can dance a little bit. Yeah, so it comes out on stage. When I'm ministering like by myself, I kind of do a little dance here and there. But when I'm in the background, yeah, man, trust and believe, I'm gonna be dancing up a storm around there. So yeah, I do dance, I sing as well. I'm not a professional dancer, but I'm a professional singer, right? So I can dance a little bit, but I can sing very well. So I do that. I did mention earlier that I did YouTube. I started YouTube in like 2011. Well, I created the channel in 2011, and I didn't start posting until I'd say like 2019, around that time. I have taken a break from YouTube because I think I'm trying to focus on some other things in terms of like TikTok, Instagram. We now have Threads, so I'm trying to be over there. But yeah, this creative side of my life is just unfolding day after day. This year, or coming up later in the year, I feel like I'm gonna be moving on onto other things. Maybe music. Who knows? But let's see where that will take me. In the name of Jesus, let's see where that will
Oh,
take me. But yeah,
Jokal, with so many things, a multiplicity of things you seem to be doing,
yeah,
and very talented.
thank you.
What keeps you grounded, and young people listening,
Yes.
how do you keep grounded? Are there a set of principles? Is there a philosophy that you can
Yeah.
always go back to as a reference point, so that you don't get into a chaotic space and they can't find you after a while? How do you keep it together?
How I keep grounded, boy. I just feel like growing up, I was like it was always enforced. Be humble. And I've seen my mom. My mom, could be one that is, high and mighty and all in herself, And she has shown me that being humble will take you far away. Being humble will take you to places that you didn't even think you would be. And I think that growing up, I was always taught that. And I am a humble person. I am somebody who, normally they say if you're humble, you don't say that you're humble. But because of the question, I'm just saying that I am somebody who I'm always I don't think of myself as, you understand, like this big thing, you know. I just decided to follow the morals and principles set by my mom, and then follow along that. And I say, being humble will take you far away, and it really makes no sense. Yeah, hype on somebody, or you're trying to act like you're better than them, because in the long run, it's not going to work out for you. Because nobody likes somebody who boasts. Nobody likes somebody who does the most. And I feel like that is why a lot of my friends can tell you that they love to be around me. Not to toot my own horn or anything. I mean, I'm great, but it's just it's always a fun time around me, and I can ensure somebody of a good time when they're around me. I just being humble is the way to go. Essentially, what I'm saying is that being humble is the way to go. If you want to see longevity in whatever you're doing, if you're in what you love to do or not, being humble will take you far away.
Awesome. We're hearing from Jekyll Dial. He does Love in the Morning here on Love 101, but he's a creative. He doesn't own a 9 to 5 job. It's obvious. What's the greatest struggle to stay alive as a creative? What does it take?
Listen, my greatest struggle, I'd say procrastination. I am somebody who procrastinates so much, and it's crazy how I'm now, the host of Love in the Morning, because I remember when the flyer was put out to say that they're looking for somebody to fill the role. I didn't know if it was the show. I wasn't told that it was Love in the Morning, but they were looking for a personality, and I saw that flyer every day. I let it pass me. I let it go and come. People send it to me. I said, "Yeah, man, I'm going. Sure, no problem." And I procrastinated, and I submitted my application on the last day, on the deadline was when I submitted my application to Love 101. That's how procrastination eats me up alive. I'm trying to do better at it, just to not procrastinate, because I can confess that if I was being more as a proactive and not procrastinate, you definitely see more content from me across all social media platforms. You'd see more content on YouTube, on Instagram. You'd see more content. But because of procrastination, I haven't been stepping into that. And I feel like for the latter part of over the rest of this year, I'll be delving into that, focusing myself more on creating content for my social media, creating content for my ministry. Because apart from being a content creator and so forth, I've always wanted to, like, I've been shying away from the whole ministry thing, but eventually, I mean, I can't run from it. It's a part of me. I'm a praise and worship leader, and I really can't dodge the bullet of leading praise and worship. That is something that is another calling or purpose for me, is to lead people into praise and worship. So that's another thing in terms of music. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how the music part goes. But for now, just procrastination is my greatest struggle right now.
Awesome. We're hearing from Jekyll Dial here on the mailbox.
Yeah.
Indeed. It's time for a break. We're gonna throw you back to studios and hear some messages before we get back to the program here. Kevin and Courtney saying, right back after these messages.
Integrity man, I am a man.
Are you ready for a prophetic encounter? Join the Gifted Network for the National Prophetic Summit, July 14 to 15 at the Ambassadors, 63 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, featuring special guests, Prophet Lovie Elias, pastor and founder of Revelation Church LA, Prophets Chambry and Jaquan Gamble, and more. Be a part of this unforgettable event. 2 power-packed days of dynamic prophetic teachings. The National Prophetic Summit, July 14 to 15, Kingston. Get your tickets and learn more at thegiftednetwork.net or WhatsApp 876-404-2535.
I could be you,
Or me,
a member of the family, brother, sister, mother.
a member of your community, pastor, policeman, neighbor.
I could be you, but for me, every door says no entry.
Nobody is their HIV status. Come on, join us.
After all, I could be you. Join us.
Join us. Let's work together to stop HIV discrimination.
Be a champion for change. A message from the National Family Planning Board.
Get ready for a melodic morning inside Love in the Morning with your host, Jakal Dyer. This Thursday, July 13. Listen throughout the show for tips on how to become the best version of who you are in the feature, Becoming You. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with Morning Coffee Pick Me Up devotional at 6 a.m. Then, at 7 a.m., we bring you the Morning Watch with intriguing and thought-provoking discussions. 8:40 a.m., we take it up a notch inside How Would You React? With scenarios and situations that would make you stop and wonder, what would I do? 9:30 a.m. is Voice of Power, brought to you by the Power Faith Ministries. Stick and stay with us this Take Me Back Thursday inside Love in the Morning, 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
It's alright, just wake up.
Welcome back to the program. The mailbox. You see me hesitating sometimes. Sometimes the word The Rock wants to come out of my mouth, but Bishop Steve Errol Blair Jr., how are you today? Did you just hear that advert just before the program? That voice belonged to Jukal Dial. That's such an illustrious, debonair voice that we heard. He's only 21. Don't know what his mother would allow him to do and not to do at this age. But we are hearing from him this afternoon, and he is here to tell us a lot. Just want to remind our listeners that we're live on Facebook and YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. You can leave your comments via our WhatsApp line at 876-997-3125. We're talking about creatives in a 9-to-5 space. How are they thriving? Before we went for the break, Jukal, I wanted to ask you that question about procrastination. And I heard you spoke to the issue of leaving it up to the last minute before submitting your application to Love 101. There seems to be a new narrative about procrastinators, that it is that they are putting in all that they need to put in place and making sure every detail is in place before they do it. Do you have that same impression that procrastination somehow has been given some negative outlook, when in truth and in fact it's persons trying to do their best to ensure that they are almost perfect before they do what they do?
I think that is it as well. I think that is it. I think with me, when I procrastinate, is because I'm trying to, or it's fear of failure. It could be that as well, right? Procrastination can look two ways. It can be because you want to look perfect, or because you don't want to fail. And for me, it could, I feel like it's both. I feel like I'm still working through that, but I just feel like with procrastination, for me, if it's not good, then I'm not gonna love it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is definitely something that is a problem. Wanting to look perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect in life. Only Jesus is perfect, right? The King of Kings.
Right.
You won't be perfect. So I need to understand as a listener. Not everything you do will be perfect, but just do it. Yeah, son, just do it.
Of course. Jukal, when you look at the landscape with our boys to men, uh, what is your perspective on it? Can we change this nation? And specifically, being a creative, do you see a space for that area of ministry to to deal with the challenges we're facing, whether it's the crime, violence, corruption, apathy, just lack of motivation for me. But just in general terms, how do you view this?
I'd say give young men a chance. Give some young men a chance. I feel like we're too quick to cast them aside. To put them one side and say, you are in the box of waste of time. You are in the box of now we're reaching away. Let's all give young men a chance. And if more opportunities were being given in terms of seeing what kind of skill that they have, there may be a young man from an inner city community who knows how to edit very well, or who knows how to act, who knows how to sing, and they just need that chance. I just feel like if they're given more chances, definitely we'd see a change in that. Or give them something to do. Give them something to do. Let them too free, but give them something to do, in terms of using their skill, and definitely would see a change.
The devil finds work for idle hands
for idle
is
hand.
a terminology that we often heard our grandparents telling us. Hey, Kevin,
Of
so
course.
you say occupy the
Yeah.
time of the youngsters. What about their resilience and persistence? We often hear them being compared to even the generation before us, that this generation is soft. Our men are soft and
Hmm.
not able to withstand rough times. What's your view on that?
I don't think that's true. I just feel like our generation is different. We won't have the same, you know, the first generation, the second generation, the third one will never be the same as what's happening now, right? And we're all different people. We all process things differently. We all respond to things differently. So our generation is just a different breed, I'd say. And we're just taking it a day at a time. One thing with us, this generation, we're not in a rush. We're not in a rush to do anything. We are taking it sweet at the time, doing what we need to do for those who are going to school. They might take them time. And I know for us, our generation, we don't like trouble. We don't like problem. We really don't like to feel pressured. You understand? So I just feel like we're just in a different space, a different generation. As to men being soft, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong for a gentleman to tap into his emotions, tap into his softer side. You understand? Not all of it. I go big and tough like a father wrestler. And not all of it I go, have this demeanor of just being tough and not get me down. Sometimes you just should have one tear. And it's okay. What I want to say to men today, it's okay to show your emotions. It's okay to feel. It's okay to go through. And it's okay to overcome. You understand? In whatever way that looks like for you.
As the voice there of Jukal Dial.
Yeah.
Um, Jukal or men, boys sometimes go through challenges where they feel like they're failing. They may have had just some failure and feel depressed, or they wonder if they can make it, feel discouraged. And especially in Jamaica land we love. What would you say to those who are listening as men? They have tried and they have failed in a number of years and want to give up.
Just keep going. I know it sounds cliche. I trust me. Saying it now, it just feels cliche, but just keep going, right? The word says he will never leave you nor forsake you, and whatever you put your mind to will come to pass. And as I want it in the will of God, so I'd say just continue pushing through. Try again. You understand? Dig again. There's a scripture that talks about digging again. It slips me now, but dig again. When you dig with the one well and it's filled up, you dig a next well. You understand? Just continue doing what you need to do. Continue digging. Try again. Go again. Don't stop now. Right? Don't stop where you are. Don't just throw up your hands and say, you know what? To hell with this. No, continue, push on, try again. If you're not succeeding at one particular thing, try something else. Humans, we are talented, and there's so many things that we can do. So put your hand in something else. Try something. Try carpentry. Try barbering. Try something. You understand? Don't give up there.
Yeah. Persist. If you fail, try again. You're going to succeed. Failures happens before you get to the place of success. Listeners, we want to remind you can leave your comments via our WhatsApp line at 876, sorry, right there, 997-3125, or give us a call on our studio lines. You have any question for Jukal at 876-968-8327 or 8, or join us over on our Facebook or YouTube page. Jukal, you have, at such a young, tender age, been seeing and doing so much. One of the things as young men, they say the fear of sex, the fear of gender tends to approach strong men when they see they're doing any challenges there. What's happening with you there? How have you been able to overcome these challenges in this
Mhm.
21st century?
All right. I see where you're going.
Is
Yeah,
that a
go
blush
on.
I see on your face? What's happening
No
to your
man, no, I
cheekbones
don't
right
want
there?
not no man. It's something in my eye. Something in my eye, man.
Okay.
Eyelash.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. But in this space, there's definitely times where females approach and they come to me on a certain type of level. I'm in a space right now where I'm just focusing on one particular thing, so I'm not into relationships right now. I'm just focusing on one particular thing, and that is to build my personal brand, to build my ministry. And who knows, maybe later down, maybe I'll be pricked by Cupid. Who knows, But for now, I'm just trying to focus on on everything. So in that space of you know uh, getting approached and all that, I mean, it happens. I am a good-looking guy. Come on, now, be for real. But yeah, that's
And Jokal, you have to help us, with all the 21 years of experience.
Mhm.
Can you share with us,
Mm.
just when you visualize, what is it that would make a good marriage, and what kind of a woman would you be looking for? What do you use, just to help our men who might be your age and interested in intimate relationships, but they want longevity, they want it to work. Share with us, what are some of the things you'd look at, in selecting a woman, and what you think would work in marriage? Because I know you're way beyond your age level. Talk to us.
Hey,
All
if you were
right.
in church now, Jokal passed out the saying, ladies, take out your notebook and your pencils. Get ready to note. Listen up carefully.
Ah. All right. So to answer, wait, great question. Thank you so much. Yeah, to answer that question, I am, somebody who is understanding, somebody with, first after we pass the threshold of looks and whatever, I go to the mind. I like hope, I like to look at how people think, to how persons, analyze things. Um, Definitely. I think there's a term for people who are attracted to people with a good mindset, a good, a level of understanding. I'm not sure what the term is, but definitely the mind is something that I am really interested in. You have to look good as well. Come on now, but I'm interested in how you think, how you analyze. I love somebody who is understanding, who is able to look into themselves when something happens and say, you know what, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have said this. And those are the things that excite me. Somebody who knows how to I think it's called self-realization or self-introspection, to think about things when things happen and you say, oh boy, I shouldn't have done that. Somebody who knows what they're about. And that might sound cliche, but somebody who just knows their stuff, who is firmly rooted and grounded in their own passion, their own career. So yeah, that is something that I'm looking for. But above all things, apart from personality, because I mean, as you know, I am one of the most bubbly persons you'll ever meet on earth. You understand? So I need somebody who is at that type of wavelength. I just somebody who their mind is intact. Their mind, how they think, how they analyze, how they're able to have conversations. I love to have conversations with people, intellectual conversations that will stimulate my mind. So once you stimulate my mind, then hit me up. Don't hit me up.
We're having an exciting time here this afternoon at Jokal. Trust me. We're coming up on our final break. When we come back, we'll be taking our social media platform answers and comments, because we do have Summit with Scene. We come right back after these messages. You're listening to the program Mailbox. Soon come back.
Hey man, I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes.
We say welcome home, Caribbean Airlines, yeah. Back on the go again, back on the road again. It's time to fly and get away. Where we have no problems, it's just we friends and good vibes there. We restore, reset all the energy, ready to reconnect with the family. And we need commitment to we people there, to we people there. We say welcome, tell them we say. We got Caribbean, we got Caribbean, we got Caribbean, we got Caribbean.
In Introducing Bethel Bible College of the Caribbean, Jamaica. Choose from our range of options: a 4-year Bachelor of Theology degree with a minor in guidance and counseling, or a 3-year diploma in theology. A 4-year Bachelor of Theology degree, a 1-year certificate in Christian ministry, levels 1 and 2. Plus, we have 6-week courses which provide you with flexible options to enhance your knowledge and skills. All our programs are fully accredited by the University Council of Jamaica. Bethel Bible College Caribbean.edu.jm.
Welcome back, welcome back. This is the program The Mailbox on Love 101, the number one gospel station in the nation, serving this nation for 30 years. It's been such a wonderful time. We're talking with Jekyll Dial, our host on Love in the Morning. We're talking about creatives in the 9 to 5 space. Can they survive? Kev, you must have some nice questions for us, because you're on creative too, you know.
Sure.
Yes, but hey, Jekyll, you don't know that you tell when them did young, you know. This brethren is listen. Go study him feet here. He's awesome. He's awesome.
Courtney, we have our good friend, Sister Paula Powell. Don't want to load her up too much, but she said, "Good evening,
our
gentlemen."
learned friend.
Yeah, Jukal is doing well. Very mature for only 21. What is Jukal studying? I heard him speaking about an exam very soon after he started working on love. So that's a question for you, Jukal.
All right, so that means Paula Powell has been listening since I started. So that is very good. Big up Paula Powell, right? True. Before I answer that one, to add to your question before about what I'm looking for, let's not forget a godly woman, right? Let's not forget a godly Christian woman. So that's at the top of the list. If you're not saved, leave me alone. But anyway, to the question that Paula raised, I'm studying my bachelor's in communications, arts and technology at UTech. I'm on a break right now. I'm trying to figure stuff out, figure life out. But that is what I was doing. I was doing my bachelor's in communications, arts and technology at UTech. It's called BCAT. So yeah, that's what I was studying, the media course. That's TV, radio, production stuff. So yeah, that's what I was doing.
Awesome. Gene Watson says, good afternoon, Monday, and to Brother Jukal and Pastor Courtney and all others, also to everyone. I'm Sister Jean Watson from Lacovia in St. Bess, Jamaica. I'm here on board today. Hallelujah, glory to God. Good to have you, Sister Jean.
Bless you.
Marjorie.
Oh, here is the one that we've all been waiting for. I was wondering when a comment would come. Marjorie Rahab, I will not be put to shame. Brissett Dyer. That's my boy.
That's my mom.
Sonia Hamilton says,
Sonia
good afternoon,
Hamilton.
guys. And Colleen Oliphant.
I'm seeing some familiar names from my show. All right.
Maxine, Malcolm, Patricia Armstrong. Whoa, they're going furious.
Yeah.
Barrington Morris. Yeah. Well, Courtney, you have to read some of them, man. They're just coming in fast and furious.
I will not be put to shame, Rahab, Paul Taylor. And the hands are lifted. Minister Jekyll Dyer. And she goes, yeah. And I'm supposing when Marjorie I was saying Brissett Dyer says, yeah, she's responding to, that's my mom. I'm sure that is her response to what was being said.
Wow.
Wonderful.
That was a flurry of them here. Jukal, in another, say, 15, 20 years, what do you visualize you to be doing in this creative space? What's the vision there that you're
getting? My vision for another 15 to 20 years would be, I would be at that point far along in my media journey. Who knows, maybe I'll be, hosting, a lot of events. I want to build my personal brand as well. So I want to become a household name here in Jamaica, and worldwide. That is something that I look forward to. Working with different brands, working with, corporate companies, advertising, marketing, promotional stuff, and also music. Music is definitely in the long run, leading praise and worship, having who knows, maybe an album, maybe an EP, in the future, doing that whole ministry lifestyle is something that I look, that is in the far view for right now. So definitely music is, music is in the long run. Ministry is in the long run. Working with corporate brands as an influencer, as a content creator, building my personal name, and becoming a household brand is something that I would love to do. So yeah.
We can see the lights now saying JDTV Drukle Dial being presented right now in lights. Here he goes. Drukle, we have a segment that we call favorite folder. And there's a question today in the favorite folder that says there's no right or wrong answer, just an opinion. It says creatives who are never on time. Do they lack discipline? Is it common for creatives to be tardy? Creatives who are never on time, do they lack discipline? Is it common for creatives to be tardy?
Wow. All right. Okay. So this question in particular is dripping me up because I'm guilty of this. Is it common for creatives to be tardy? No, but there are some really on-time, organized creatives. I am working on it to become more on time. And the reason why I'm guilty of this is because procrastination. I'm somebody who gets up very early in the morning. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I get up very early. But I will sit there and think about other different things that I need to be doing. And then I get sidetracked. And my brain goes like 100 miles per hour. So when I should be focusing on one thing, then another part of my brain kicks in, start to focus on something else. So I think they call that too as well OCD, in terms of I'm somebody who's very organized and so forth, but in terms of my time management, definitely can work on that. But it's not common for creatives to be tardy. Creatives are always, as a people, or the ones that I know, on time, with their work, on time with their content. Sometimes it may get tired. 'Cause, sometimes when you're creating, it's easy to get burnt out. So we do have times where we take a break, and that is what I'm in now. I might some may say I'm in an extended break, but I'm coming back to what I normally do, which is YouTube. And so yeah, it's not common for creatives to be tardy. No, we're very on time people.
Wow. Jokal, thank you for that response. Are you concerned about financial stability? There are times when work
Hmm.
can be inconsistent, for
Yeah.
creatives, that are structured as your
Hmm.
lawyer, doctor, accountant, engineer. Uh, how do you view this? Are there fears, or how do you overcome them? But when you think of your future and the fact that you want to be in a good place financially, how are you approaching that? Think we probably have a Jokal there.
Yeah, some technical difficulties being experienced. He seemed to have become frozen. We seem to have lost our feed on Jekyll there right now. Uh, but indeed, Kevin, it's really a good question because sometimes there's not the consistency of
Hmm.
income. But you know
Hmm.
what is true? I've recognized with many
Hmm.
creatives that although there may not be that consistent salary per se,
Hmm. Yeah.
sometimes what one intake brings
Yeah.
covers far more than some of us in our 9 to 5 jobs at times. So it has to be that the marketing that they do, um, the market that they have, and the persons that they're able to interact with and network with has to be a fairly large sort of network, or the quality of the work that they do must be one that speaks for itself, that lends itself, especially to social media in this day and age, to ensure that they are widespread. I'm going to give an example of an individual, Julie Mango. You know, uh, Judith Bodley is her name.
Yeah.
Her stage name, her platform name is Julie Mango. You know, and she is doing so well. She's being invited all across the Caribbean and everywhere. And so, in terms of, well, I don't know. I've never asked her personally. In terms of income, I would, from what it appears to be,
Hmm.
you know, it may be that she is doing well on that platform. So I think
And
for creatives, they have to come up with some good stuff.
Yeah, so true, and I believe too that they have to look at managing the funds in a very wise way, so that they're saving and investing, so that when the lean time comes, almost like a Joseph principle, when there's plenty, they don't waste it and don't spend it foolishly, but they are able to save and invest, so that when the time comes when it's not so consistent, they have to fall back on. Yeah. Jukal's phone got overheated. We're sorry about that, but we really had a great conversation with him, and really just enjoying. It's just amazing. His age, 21. That was like years ago for you, Courtney. That was way back.
Last week.
and and just
Oh yes, quite some time ago, brethren, over 30 years ago.
yeah,
Um, Kev,
yeah.
but I believe he's an inspiration for his generation. When one hears his voice, when one sees what he does, when one thinks of his focus, indeed it's one worthy of emulation. When one knows where his headspace is in terms of worship and who his central focus is, that is Jesus Christ, we can definitely take inspiration from young Jukal Dial. He's doing well. I'm sure his family must be extremely pleased and blessed by what he's doing and those
No,
who surround him.
so certainly, just what struck me too is very focused on using his talents, his gift, and his abilities for the glory of God, and he keeps growing, and he's interested with women who are intellectually stimulating. So I'm just saying this for women, that you use your brain as well, an amazing brain that you have. So, Courtney, I think we're almost done here. Um,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yes. Just want to continue to say to folks, thank you for listening in to the mailbox for the past 11 years. I continue to meet persons on the road that knows me by my voice, and it's a little bit scary to know you by voice but not to know your face. Interestingly enough, it almost gave me a sermon to say, if we know God's voice, then we are certain one day we're going to see his face. If
Ah,
we, indeed interesting. He is worthy of that. Without holiness, it's impossible to see his face. So there's a day coming, there's a time coming that we won't only know his voice, but we'll be able to see him face to face. This is the program, The Mailbox. We've been running for 11 years consistently without a break. And indeed, we thank you all for continuing to tune in. Kev?
definitely. Thanks to our producer, Trishan Brown, to Timoy Butler for technical support, and to our guest, Jukal Dial. We close this week's show with this quote: creativity is seeing what others see and thinking what no one else ever thought. Albert Einstein.
Yes. Strong man.
Yeah. So we'll catch you on next week. Same place, same time, inside the mailbox. So, what was the code
Next
name?
week,
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday.
Blessings.
Blessings.